happen, man. All right, next fights, which is CR Bahadurzada versus Dong Hyun King Stun Gun. Who do you have?
I'm going for Kim in this one. Actually.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna say.
Well, you're going for Bahadurzada. I think it's crazy money. You're hoping for a puncher's chance. Bahadurzada coming in with a record of 21-4-1. He's a huge underdog at plus 255, so I can see where you see the value. But I have one word for you, sir. Black Zillions.
Dude, listen, I am the most I hate the Black Zillions, alright? I talk so much crap about those guys. But CR, he shouldn't even be. I don't understand what he's doing there. He shouldn't be there. CR Bahadurzada has so much heart. Every single fight he comes in, and he does have knockout power. This guy has crazy knockout power. We saw him defeat Paulo Thiago with, it was like a, I don't know, like a forearm kinda, and yeah, like a wrist. It was a weird, it wasn't even a punch. It was just like, the top of his hand. So he knocked out Paulo Thiago. It was a flash knockout. I'm not going to say, oh man, his striking ability is crazy after that fight. But if you watch his previous fights before that, before he made it into the UFC, this guy, he, again, just like Ricky, he has so much heart. He goes in there. Once he has someone hurt, he'll keep swinging. He's like a mix between Chris Lieben and Vanderlei Silva. So I have to go with him. And at plus 255, yeah, he has a lot of value. So I'm picking him. That's my pick for that one.
He's also been out for over a year, and a year layoff can be a big deal, especially coming up against Kim, who's famous for ragdolling anybody he fights, except for Damian Maia.
True. Well, I don't know. With Kim, I guess, he does have that 4th degree black belt in judo. He could always push him up against the cage. I mean, it's just his takedowns. I just see him like walking forward. It's not really, he doesn't really shoot. It's just takedowns. And when he walks forward towards CR, anything can happen when you're going up against a striker like that. So that's the reason I'm picking CR, and that's the reason I'll be betting him.
I'm staying away from this one too. Technique versus Bahadurzada's power.
Man, you're being such a pussy on this card. What's going on?
We're not done yet. We're still all ready to go. I did a bank at Caraway already. That's my underdog so far, but I still got a few more to go here. We're actually getting to it right now, this next one.
Yeah, okay, alright. Yushin Okami versus Hector Lombard. Yushin Okami's coming in 28-7. Hector Lombard 32-3-1. I think Hector was like, on a 24 fight win streak, off the top of my head? Something like that. And then he lost to, who was it, Bosch, right?
Yeah, supposedly lost. You can't keep him on the legs and circle for 15 minutes and say you won.
Hey man, the judges scored it. The judges are always right, alright? You can't complain.
So Nick Green beat the
No, that was a fucking bullshit call, alright? They were high that night. Alright, give us your breakdown, MaddDogg.
Yushin Okami coming in 28-7. He's a new Team Quest member. He trains at Chael Sonnen, pretty much Chael's sparring partner at all times. Hector Lombard, American Top Team candidate, former long-time Bellator middleweight champion, comes with a record of 32-3-1-1. His only loss is being in Pride and UFC. This is pretty much, I feel bad like I'm betraying Chael because I love Chael, but I gotta talk some shit about Yushin Okami. I am tired of hearing about Yushin Okami's underrated boxing. When has anybody ever seen Yushin Okami's boxing? You're like, oh, it's so underrated, you can't wait to see him pull us out, he can keep Hector on the outside. What are you talking about? I'm trying to think about him. Joe Rogan won't shut up about Yushin Okami's clinch. He gets him in the clinch and works the knee. Yushin Okami hasn't put anybody in a clinch in fucking forever. He's valued. He's given up Greco-Roman style for freestyle. He prefers takedowns, top control, and ground and pound. It's all he's trying to do. And he's coming up against Hector Lombard, who I've seen dump trucks that are easier to take down than Hector Lombard. And the guy has fucking 2 sledgehammers for fifth. And Yushin Okami's chin is beyond suspect, especially since he got knocked out twice. He's finally on a 2-fight winning streak against Japan. I just see Hector Lombard destroying Yushin Okami, and this is the start of my parlay. I think of 210.
Oh man, I don't even know how to back that one up. I mean, you hit all points. I'm kind of speechless right now, so yeah, I'm just gonna Hector Lombard will also be in one of my parlays, and I might, I still can't get over that rant. Yeah, Hector Lombard, I'm going with him, minus 210. I think people are starting to bet Yushin Okami. I see the lines moving down, and hopefully I can get Hector Lombard in the 100s. That'd be awesome. All right, the next fight. This is my fight of the night. I love watching Diego Sanchez fight. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Diego Sanchez versus Takanori Gomi. Break it down, MaddDogg.
Takanori Gomi recently moved over to AKA to start working on his American style because he really had horrible submission defense, decent takedown defense. I'm tired of hearing about his amazing takedown defense. He has great takedown defense. He should stop getting submitted. He's 34, 8-1, never been knocked out. He's the only and former prize lightweight champion. He comes in as a huge underdog at plus 250. There's a bunch of our buddies on Twitter who are considering betting him. Some already have bet him that I've talked to. I do not see how you can comfortably bet Takanori Gomi against a guy like Diego Sanchez, but I will give you this. Diego Sanchez is going to end up in my parlay, but he breaks all the rules. And by the rules, I mean he's had one fight in 2 years. He's moving down to 155, a weight class he hasn't been at in like almost 3 years now. And he's also coming off of a loss. That's the ringer. He's got 3 things that are going against him, but that's how confident I am. Diego Sanchez versus Takanori Gomi. The only way Gomi wins this is if Diego stands and bangs with him. Diego is an amazing wrestler. Could easily take down Gomi and submit him, I feel. He comes in as the favorite, negative 300. And let's just, I gotta rant on this really quick. Sanchez is the original Ultimate Fighter. I'm tired of hearing how Forrest Griffin is the original Ultimate Fighter. If you go back and watch the show, Diego won his fight first. I think Tim's the original Ultimate Fighter. Just to get that out there. But I'm really excited to see Sanchez back at 155. I don't know why he ever left. Because BJ Penn beats your ass in his prime doesn't mean you should be discouraged. So I'm pumped to see him back at 155 and hope he does well. What's your take on this?
Yeah, well, I agree. Just because of that BJ Penn vagina cut that he got, that was a great fight. His last fight was against Jake Ellenberger, and Jake Ellenberger did not finish him. They went to decision, and we know what Diego does. He just comes in, bout to bout, does not stop. He sets a pace, and he's just gonna swing. He's gonna do anything to take you down, ground and pound. He's just an active fighter, and that's the type of fighter that I love. Takanori Gomi, he's been finished by submission. 6 of them by submission, actually. He's 3-3 in the UFC. I guess he might have a slight advantage on the stand-up, with his combos and everything, and Diego being a little bit more sloppy. But actually, this fight, not only am I gonna parlay Diego Sanchez, but I'm gonna hopefully in the props there'll be a fight of the night like last time, and I'll be able to put some money on that one because these guys are just gonna swing, and I don't think either one's gonna drop or either one's gonna get submitted. It's gonna be an amazing slugfest. Moving on, Mark Hunt versus Stefan Struve. Break it down, MaddDogg.
Mark Hunt, former Pride veteran, comes with an MMA record of 8-7. He's on a 3-fight win streak, and actually he has drastically improved his game. He's moved over to the American Top Team to start working on his ground game, and he really has against a guy like Big Ben Rothwell, who's a great wrestler. He actually was able to outwork. Who would have thought Mark Hunt had better cardio than Ben Rothwell? But he's coming as the underdog at plus 110 against Stefan Skyscaper Struve. Struve comes in with a record of 25-5 on an amazing run recently. He comes in this 10.5 reach advantage in this fight.
Yeah, yep.
What they've ever heard.
Yep.
Right now, Mark Hunt, prop bet with him by knockout is plus 155. If you're betting on Struve, the perfect hedge is Mark Hunt by knockout because it's the only way he can win. He's not going to grind out a decision. He's not going to submit him. He won't even go for submission. Well, he did once against Ben Rothwell. Struve, he's plus 175. I'm still hesitating. I don't know why. Struve has had shin problems in the past against Brown, JDF, and Nelson. But I think I'm probably going to end up throwing him in my parlay just because he wins everywhere. You can keep him on the outside of striking. When he gets in the clinch, he has amazing takedowns, and Mark does not have good takedown defense. On the ground, he has amazing submissions, and Mark is famous for having bad submission defense. Even though Mark has improved, I think Struve is on a whole other level, and I don't see Mark being able to stop him anywhere besides really mean leg kicks and big overhand rights. But again, 10.5 inch reach advantage, and that's the arms. I want to see what the reach advantage for the legs.
Oh my God. Well, yeah, that's those are some of the stats. You're gonna see these guys walk into the cage, and you're just gonna be like, holy shit. Again, Stefan Struve, from the beginning, his UFC debut was Junior Dos Santos, man. This kid has been in there with every single warrior they could put up against him, and he's come out, pretty victorious. He has great knees, but the thing is, he's vulnerable to like body shots because he's so tall that people just connect with those body shots and uppercuts. But I don't see Mark Hunt being able to connect, and if he does, I think Stefan Struve will be able to wrap up his legs, you know, trip him a little bit, take him down, and once it's on the ground, it's all Stefan Struve. So, I don't...
That's the way I see Mark winning. Like, it's beautiful. Especially with Anderson. Has to bring his head down to that level.
Yeah.
That's the one way I see him winning.
Yeah, that's what I noticed in the tape, too. But the prop on Stefan Struve by submission isn't really that great because... Yeah, because Stefan could, I guess, decision him, you know, staying on the outside, just striking with him, or you know, he could, you know, I don't know, he could TKO Mark Hunt, but so I'm not gonna even bet this fight. I'm just gonna enjoy it because I think it's such a good fight. I want to see what happens. Now the next fight, I'm not gonna say that, but I watched a little bit of tape, but I didn't analyze it too much. Wanderlei Silva versus Brian Stann, the main event. Wanderlei's coming in as a 2-1 underdog. He is 34-12, 1-1. Brian Stann is 12-5. They're fighting at, what is it, 205 this fight, MaddDogg?
Yeah, by heavyweight.
Yeah, alright. Just give us your breakdown if you have one, or just give us your pick.
Alright, well, obviously my pick is Brian Stann. You think about this fight, I'm not betting this fight, let's get that out of the way really quickly. But, obviously I think it's Brian Stann. But, people are just throwing Wanderlei aside like he's not even there, like this fight's not, it's already over. Everybody is on Wanderlei getting knocked down in the first round. And, you know, as people say, oh, it's chain of suspect. Well, so far he's only been knocked out twice in the UFC by Quentin Jackson in his prime before he went downhill, and Chris Lieben by about 5 or 6 uppercuts. By fucking Chris Lieben in his prime. Besides that, he's been there with a couple other hard hitters, Rich Franklin, Kyle Zone. But of course, I'm going with Brian Stann. He's got the better boxing. He's more technical. And this is going to be kind of like a Muay Thai kickboxing match because both guys, Stann has really worked on his Muay Thai. But also, what's really interesting, both guys have switched camps recently. Silva's back with Rafael Cordero, who's really his original trainer from Pride, back in his wrecking machine. That's really good to hear. And Stann has recently left Jackson. I'm surprised it's due to lack of face time with Greg. He's so busy with everybody else. If your name's not John Jones or GSP, he probably doesn't have time for you. You know, Wanderlei 4-7 in the UFC. He's not a smart bet. And I'm just going to stay away from this one because he does have power and Stann has been knocked out. If Steve Cantwell can knock you out, Wanderlei Silva can knock you out. It can be done.
Yeah, it can be done.
I'm just going to enjoy this one. I don't want to bet it.
Well, I am considering Brian Stann for a parlay just because I am so positive that he's gonna win. He's lost. Really, he only loses to wrestlers. If you put him up against strikers, he does fairly well. That Steve Cantwell, I don't know. I'm just gonna ignore that one. Maybe I shouldn't, but I don't see Wanderlei Silva winning this one. He's not the old Wanderlei. I know every single fighter is gonna say, you know, this is the best shape of my life. I'm ready for this. I'm here to make a statement, but you can't ignore your previous records, you know. So I'm going with Brian Stann. That wraps up this card. Tonight, Bellator. Hopefully this video's up by then. Actually, it will be up by then because that's how I am. If you want to recap your quick bets for tonight, give those out real quick.
Just 2 quick parlays tonight for Bellator. I'm just doing a Rickles, Brooks, and West parlay, and then I'm also doing a Brooks parlay as a hedge because I'm so confident in West and Brooks. But Rickles is coming in against a very close fight with Fisher, but once again, I think Rickles is going to take it because he's acclimated to 155, and he's a bigger, stronger guy. And so, yeah, those are my bets for tonight. Yeah, I can't wait to see him.
Alright guys, well that wraps up the 6-hour podcast on UFC on Fuel TV 8. Make sure you watch it. Next time we'll be breaking down George St. Pierre versus Nick Diaz. Man, I cannot wait for that fight. I'm so fucking excited for that one. Oh, I can't wait to break that fight down. Alright, MaddDogg, tell them where they can follow you on Twitter.
You can follow me at MaddDogg Miller, 2 D's, 2 G's.
Yeah, what the fuck's up with that? I've always wondered why the hell you have 2 D's and 2 G's.
I got the nickname in high school.
Oh, okay.
And that was when Snoop Dogg was popular.
Yeah. What? You understand you're white, right?
I didn't come up with it. It wasn't me. The other people came up with it.
Alright, well, I'm IzzyBoy121 on Twitter. Make sure you follow us. Follow us on the 6th Round PC. And we'll catch you guys next time.